Hello, Malik Carrington here, Family Budget Fisherman. Thank you for tuning in to this another special episode on the channel. Yes, you read it in the description and in the thumbnail below. I'm going to be having a conversation with you about my thoughts on the Sevin reel. Let's get started. All right, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the channel. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this particular video. These next several reviews are going to be rather intense. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We're going to get started with this one here. This is the Sevin reel. And you all remember when I first introduced this to you, when I got a really good deal on this through Omnia Fishing. And it struck me because of the reputation. A lot of people were talking about this reel. A lot of people who I trust were talking about this reel, but for whatever reason, I just didn't capture my attention. I'll be honest with you. But I went on and bought it because it was such a great deal. And then I find out through your comments that this is made by St. Croix, or it's a St. Croix brand, as it were. So I gave it a shot. And I mean, I took this thing to the paces. I caught fish after fish after fish. I fished this for closer to 40 hours straight. And I put it on the St. Croix Legend Extreme. Okay. This is their top of the line rod still so far. And I put it on there and I took it through the paces. Now, in terms of specs for this one, they fit right. They're a little bit heavier than, say, your Vanford. Because I have a Vanford here, as you can see here, and I have the Tatula, because they're all price pointed around the same. The Tatula and the Sevin are almost exactly the same price, and the Vanford is about 50 or 60 bucks higher. But that's this similar category. When you're competing against that category, that's what you're really looking at. So at any rate, I compared it to those, and I took it through its paces. Now, let me tell you my honest opinion from right off the top. It did not compete as well, in my opinion, to either the Vanford or the Tatula. Okay? It just didn't. The way the line came off of the spool, the way the line reels back onto the spool, I can tell the difference. As a person who uses a lot of Tatulas, a lot of Vanfords, I can tell you it does not, at this iteration of it, does not perform as well. Now, I will say, does it perform well enough to compete in the category? Yes, on the lower end. I mean, if you're getting a deal, because the chances of you getting a deal with this versus this, you'll be better off getting a deal with the Sevin. And if you're getting a deal at 20% off or more, this is a better bargain. Every now and then you can get a deal on the Tatulas. In which case, if you're getting a deal on the Tatula versus the Sevin, the Tatula is going to be your go-to. Plain and simple. If I were to put these in order, obviously, in my opinion, the Vanford is the premium over these three. But the Tatula runs in a close second, and not too far off. Now, this is, as you see, I'm comparing the previous model Vanford, not the current model. The current model Vanford blows these reels out the water. It just really does. For the same price point as the previous model Vanford. I have on my NRX Plus right behind the camera here, I have the current model. As you might see, the box for the current model is right there underneath the Stella. If you can see the Stella box, right underneath the Stella is the current model. And you've seen it on this channel before, but I wanted to just give you a quick comparison. You do need to know that there has to be some maturity in this reel. Is it good enough to be on a victory? Because I got a victory back here. Yes, you could put this reel on a victory. You can put it on a Mojo, and you will do a great job. I mean, you'll have a great time on it. I don't know what it's like for longevity. It does have some sticking power to it. There are some challenges. Now, this is a brand new rod. You might hear my grandson in the background playing around. There's a little bit of play in the reel handle here, but until you get to $400, $500 reels, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have that. Now, Vanford accepted, because there's a tiny bit in this Tatula here. This is the MQ. There isn't any of that in the Vanford. It just isn't. I like it. Will I buy more? Yes, when the next version comes out. So hopefully this version gets replaced in the next 2 years. Until then, this will be my only version. But the next version of this, yes, there are things that I like about this that I like over the other two reels. For example, I love the little nut, the spool nut here. I think that's very impressive. I love the wire here. I think it's a tougher wire. I know that for the Vanford and for the Tatula, they made these wires stand for weight purposes. This is 7.4 ounces. This is 7.1 ounces. And these are all 3,000 spools. And this is 6.2 or 3. It's really, really tiny. Where is it? I got the boxes down here beneath the screen here. The 6.3 ounces for this one here. So, and the current model is the same weight as the previous model on the Vanford. So when you're talking about weight and design, you're not talking about anything too significant. Matter of fact, I think I mentioned to you all that unless you have a Stella, you really don't understand the improvements of the Vanford. You just know that you have a really good reel. Back to the Sevin. The Sevin is worth it in terms of buying them on sale for now. Full price, $200. I probably would move to, at this moment, I would move to a Tatula if I had to buy it, or I would throw in another 40, 50, 60 bucks and get the current model Vanford. So that's what I have to say about this particular reel. I hope that this is going to help you in your journeys for fishing. And like I said, I put this line here. This is the P line, no fade. What Endurex is what it's called. And I have it on there. And I threw reaction baits. You'll see some of the pictures. Of course, I've thrown reaction baits. I've thrown finesse baits. I've thrown all kinds of bait and caught a lot of good fish. I mean, it really does perform quite well. It reminds me of, for those of you who are familiar enough with boxing, it's in a weight category at the bottom end of the weight category as opposed to the middle of the top weight category, and the others are probably at the middle and the top of that same weight category. That's where this is right now. And so if you wanted to pair it up, yeah, you could definitely do it. Like I said, this works well with a Vanford. So those are my comments on it after having spent a lot of time on the water with this reel. This is a great reel. Buy it on a discount. Certainly for those of you who have supported the channel in different ways, there are different ways that you can make a purchase, even if it's full price. Check out the links below in order to find that out. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And as I always say, don't ever, ever, ever spend all your money trying to buy any of this fishing equipment, but by every ethical and legal means, get out there and break your personal best. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be blessed.